like to share my thoughts on quiet quitting, just in a nutshell. What is quiet quitting? Quiet quitting is when an employee disengages emotionally and also mentally and put in minimal effort just to go through over the day. An employee when is no longer enthusiastic, is no longer engaged, and it's another way, a subtle way of resigning while you're still employed, and that in turn affects productivity in the workplaces. So a lot of employees are going through this crisis, a new phenomenon called quiet quitting, and it underlines the mental issues employees are going through. As you can see, the issue of load shedding is affecting and traumatizing people, employees. Now you have to make other means to actually cook or use gas, and it takes up imali yakho. You lose a lot and it affects a person. You go to work in the morning, it's dark. When you go back home, it's dark. It actually affects the routine. So we also look at the issue of interest rates, high food prices, high fuel prices, and those are caused by high inflation. High inflation results to high interest rates. Food prices are going up, fuel is going up. So, and when you look at your salary, you can't actually afford now, affordability. And there was a study done by Business Tech where it revealed that 63% of South Africans spend their take-home salaries servicing debt, and that affects now the purchasing power. It causes the purchasing power to depreciate. Now you're just living for survival. You're buying basic food, and it affects also the economy. People don't have money to go to restaurants, and others are not able to pay off their cars, repossession. Their houses are being repossessed due to not being able to service debt. And sad. It is a sad state of affairs. That's why people are depressed, suffering from anxiety. A lot of people are suicidal. It is due to this phenomenon called the quiet quitting, and it's caused by a lot. Even in the workplaces, this issue of management, poor management, also results to employees to quiet quit. I'm saying this to say, when you have poor management, then you'll have a situation where employees who work hard, they are not being rewarded. And then employees who don't work hard are being awarded and rewarded. So that actually demoralizes employees, and they can't grow fun, they can't be creative. So management also need to create now an environment, not a toxic environment, but an environment which would enable employees to perform at their best. Not a toxic environment, but an environment which is good, because if we're going through a lot as a country, especially when you look back in history, the history of black people, history of colonialization, apartheid, black people were being marginalized, segregated, divided. As you know, the divide and conquer strategy, and it's working quite well in black people fighting one another, killing one another. So we need to go back, we need to pause and actually reflect and deal with our past traumas, speak out and heal, man. I think we need to heal. That's why there's a culture now in social media where people are dragging each other down, people are constantly fighting each other, and it makes you wonder that actually people are going through a lot, are in pain, so others are taking out their pain. Kwabanye abantu. And this mentality of pulling each other down, the pull him down syndrome creeps in the market. It's not make sure, it's not a yoga. We need to stop that. And the post-traumatic stress disorder that was caused by apartheid and colonialism, coming from previously disadvantaged communities, also plays a role. But my parting shot is employees need to check their mental health. We need to check one another. We need to give each other love. It's tough out there. It's a jungle, it's a concrete jungle, but we need to love one another instead of antagonizing each other, but caring. One thing we really need is love, unity. Unity even in diversity, because if we are vast and diverse beings, otherwise we'll lose. So we need to be united. As Winston Churchill said, success is moving from failure to failure without losing any enthusiasm. Let's not lose enthusiasm. Our families are depending on us. We carry the hopes and dreams of our brothers and sisters, our parents, our children. And most of us are breadwinners. We need to be strong. We need to find another alternative ways to create income, to create income, create businesses. Start small while you are working. If you can paint, try painting part-time. Learn new skills, try podcasting. And devise new ways to create passive incomes, so that we don't end up being depressed and suicidal. Peace.